When I came to the United States, I was very interested in really finding the meaning of this. As Jay said, I came to the United States in 1970, went to a medical school, and I thought I would have the opportunity to do medicine. I was very interested in doing research on sleep, and ended up the supervisor there, this was when I was 14, told me to actually do something more interesting. He actually had me build, if you can see, these are the elements of the inter-office mail system. Everyone remembers this, right? The memo, inbox, outbox, folders. This was what the office had, but it was a complex system. These were these pneumatic tubes where they would send out the paper mail. And that was what I created, and I called it email. But the important thing was, this is actually the copyright for email from August 30th, but the important thing was, what I learned was about systems, because email was actually a system. And that came when I came to MIT, finished a bunch of degrees, but as we discussed in the first talks last year, there's this whole new field developing called systems biology around 2003. Systems biology is the West's way of trying to understand a holistic understanding of the body, bottoms up, protein, molecules, building a whole idea of the human physiome. And when you look at this field, I know there were other diagrams we saw in the earlier talks. You could think about the pyramid like this. You're going from understanding of molecules and genes all the way to the understanding of the whole structure. So the interest here is, can you look at the left side of the diagram, which is the way the West is starting to look at the human physiome, and the right side of the diagram? Okay, can we bridge these worlds? So in 2007, I was given a Fulbright to go back to India, and in that process, I think what I'm going to share with you is we discovered that connection. Just a little brief thing. I've used the word systems here, but what are systems? Well, that's a system. Everyone see that? That's a watch, an interconnection of a bunch of parts. That's also a system. That's a space shuttle. That's a system, which is a city. These are all very, very complex systems. The cell is a system. You know, this robot's a system. Now, the important thing is, do all of these systems share certain fundamental principles? Are there certain principles that span them? And a simple way of understanding these principles is to look at this, the act of this cook here making something. And I'm going to share with you the core principles of control systems engineering. So first principle is transport. Transport's the principle is actually moving, the stirring, the motion process. All things in nature have this aspect of transport. Every system in the universe has this. Another aspect is conversion. When you look at this, there's a heat that's actually doing the conversion process. The third aspect is storage. The vessel there is actually performing the storage under which this reaction can take place. And then there's two other aspects of basic systems, the input, you know, what you put in, all the food and all the vegetable substances, and then the output, which is what you want. Okay, so if you want to look at it from a systems diagram, you would actually see this diagram, which is input, output, transport, conversion, and storage. Everyone with me? Okay.